Hello, everybody. This is Jeff. I'll bet you that sometime in the past, or even today, there may have been a time, or there might be a time right now, where you would want to have quotes show up directly in an Excel spreadsheet. Maybe it might be in your trading spreadsheet where you're keeping track of your accounts or whatever. Well, it's really very, very easy. You go to the Interactive Brokers website and you click on the software, click on Partner Programs, select Freelance Tools, Charts and Data, and what pops up is a link to a very wonderful product called the IB Excel Adapter. It's very easy to do. You just go to the Cyber Expert website and click on their link, and it brings you directly to the IB Excel Adapter download page. All you have to do is just click on the free software, and you might want to also download the Jumpstart instructions, but you just click on the free software and say save, and it'll download to, I use a Firefox, so it downloads right here, and it's very simple to do. All you do is just say open that, and you open it. Vista, you gotta love it, right? Well, I've already got it installed in my system, and I'm not going to reinstall it or uninstall it and install it. But it's a very easy thing to do, and once it's installed, it's just there. So there's really nothing more to do for this step. Okay, the next step for installing this is a copy of the quick install that I suggested that you download. And the next step is to go to Trader Workstation and set it up so that you can get the data feed out of it. And that's a pretty easy thing to do too. All you do is go to Configure and select API and click on this Enable ActiveX and Socket Clients. Mine's already turned on, so you see the little check mark there. But mine's already turned on. And then on to the next step. Alright, the last step to setting this up is what you might want to do is go over to Tools and go to Add-ins and make sure that IB Excel Adapter is checked. And because I was playing around with this, it stopped working. So I had to uncheck this and say OK, and then recheck it again and say OK, and then I started getting the quotes again. So, that may happen to you, it may not. I've been using this for over a month now, and I haven't had a problem like this before. I suspect it was because I was messing around with it, simulating an install and things like that. So anyway, you click OK there, and then it's very simple. The syntax is equals IB underscore subscribe, and then tell them what you want. You want the symbol IBM in quotes, a comma, and what you want is the last price. And you close that in with parens, and there you go. You're getting quotes from IBM. That is really slick. Now, if you had a spreadsheet that was set up and say you had a symbol here and you had IBM and you had Apple, I'm just going to give you a quick little example here, and you wanted to put the last price in here. And the way that you would do that is you would say equals IB underscore subscribe, and then what you would do is you would reference the cell that what the data that you actually want is here, is right here, and the price that you want, or the actual data field that you want, is right here, which is the last, right? And you put that, close that in with your parens, and you get your data. Now, in order to fix this formula so you can just copy it, you're always going to want the symbol out of the D column, but you want it out of the out of the row that it's in. So you put a dollar sign in front of the D just so that it would anchor it on the D column. and you always want what's in E1, so you put a dollar sign there to anchor the E column, and a dollar sign there to actually anchor the particular cell that you're in. And there's your formula, and it's cut and pastable, so you just copy it and you paste it down there and you get your apple prices. Alright, we're back. This is the jumpstart sheet that I suggested that you download, and in it it will tell you what the valid fields are that you can get on any particular instrument type. And down here are the instrument types, so you can get stock, options, futures, index, and forex. And if you're like me and you're into covered calls, you'd be interested in the syntax for the symbol for an option. Now, you don't use the actual exchange symbol, but and this is a lot easier to me, because then I don't have to memorize those goofy codes that don't really mean a lot to me anyway. So skipping over to my Excel worksheet, I would say here option symbol, and I would put, I want the last price for it, or let's do something different. Let's do the bid. So for IBM, I would say I want IBM underscore 2009-06-19, which is expiration for June. I want a 110 strike, and I want a call. So there's my symbol. Then I go over here and I go equal IB underscore subscribe, and then reference the cell for the symbol and the data element that I want, close that in with parens, and I should get some data here. There should be nothing wrong here. This is happening, I think, because of my screen capture tool is interfering with this data feed. So if I say save as, I'm just going to save it as a temporary thing. I'm going to close Excel down. Say no, I don't want to save that. Maybe if I open Excel up again, it might fix this. Like I said, I don't have this problem normally. Okay, so when you start up Excel, and I didn't show this before, but when you start up Excel and you have Trader Workstation up and running, Trader Workstation is going to say, do you really want to allow this connection? And all you have to do is say yes. And there you go. You can see it's starting to work. All right. So again, the same thing here. If you want to anchor it to the G column so you can make it copyable, you would put a dollar sign in there. And if you want to anchor it to a particular cell, you put a dollar sign in front of the row in the column, and you now have a copyable link. And of course, if you want to format that particular cell so it makes more sense to you, you could either say a number or currency. I don't see the value in dollar signs, since everything on my spreadsheet it has to do with dollars anyway, so I just use numbers, and I say I want 2 decimal places, and that's good. And then you get a more realistic view here, and you could type ask in here and you would get the ask price. Pretty slick, I think. You can build your spreadsheet any way you want. You can perform math on the data that you're getting in here. You can write formulas. You can go absolutely ape on this if you want. So I hope this helps. I hope you enjoy the spreadsheet. I just saw that they have a plugin so that you can do graphs. I think I'm going to do a video on how to do real live streaming graphs. So we'll see you later. Thanks for your time.